Hey everybody, I'm Jamie Lee Zadell, and I'm a lead beauty guide for Lime Life by Alcone. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about professional makeup brushes, or just makeup brushes in general, and all the different types of makeup brushes that exist out there and exactly what you use them for. Because I know that it can be a little overwhelming with all the different tools that exist out there to apply your makeup. So I'm going to try to break it down for you, talk about some of my favorite makeup brushes, and why I feel like a professional makeup brush is the way to go for applying your makeup. So before I get started, I do want to stand up and show you guys my outfit because you guys were so helpful in helping me find some new clothes online. I got this adorable romper from Fashion Nova and it is so cute, and I actually got complimented on it multiple times today. So my husband loved it, and then randomly the lady cleaning the bathroom at Lowe's was like, "Oh my god, that outfit is so cute." Hey Jennifer. So let me show it to you guys. Oh, all right, look. How adorable is this little romper? And it's so comfortable. It's so comfortable, and it's perfect for summer, and I love it. And it was cheap too. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was probably around 20 bucks or less than 20 bucks on Fashion Nova. So thanks to those of you who recommended Fashion Nova. Hold on, let me get my seat back here. Okay, and then we'll talk about makeup brushes. Okay, I actually have notes here. Not too many notes. I have a breakdown of some of the brushes that I own, and I was like labeling them. I've had these brushes and they're all over the place. So yes, I organized them tonight and went through and looked exactly what numbers that were on them and everything. So I use the Lime Life by Alcone line of professional brushes. They are vegan. So all the brushes in the line are vegan. They're handmade, so they're not made in a factory or anything like that. They are really high quality handmade brushes, vegan synthetic fibers, but they're so soft and luxurious. And a cool thing about using vegan makeup brushes, synthetic, obviously, not real hair, is that those types can be used with all makeup formulas. So whether it's a cream or a powder or a liquid or something, they work with all of that. So you don't have to worry. With real hair ones, that can be a little weird. Anyway, I love the fact that they are vegan. No animals were harmed in the making of these fantastic brushes, and they're super easy to clean. And they're very, the handles are kind of heavy, not too heavy, but I feel like a little weight is good because they just feel more comfortable in your hand. You have more control over the brush when they're a little bit weighted. Hey, Diana. Okay, so that's my spiel about the whole, their professional brushes. And it's called the Classified Brush Collection. So this is a new line of brushes with Lime Life. So this is from the new line, and some of my brushes are from the old line, which are still nice, but these are definitely superior. We don't even carry the old line anymore. So, but I'm still showing you these ones because it's the same brush. It's just a newer, updated, fancier, more luxurious version of it, but same shape and purpose. So first of all, okay, I'm going to start with my number one brush that I think that everybody needs to have in their makeup application arsenal. This is an angled blush brush. I love it because you can do so many different things with it. Like obviously it's for blush, but now we do have a highlight and contour brush that I'll get into that in a minute. But before I had that, I even used this for highlight and contour. I would just kind of like pinch it a little bit to do my contour and highlight. But this is a blush brush, and here I'll do a little demo. I'll put some extra blush on. So it's because it's angled, it's the perfect shape to get, you know, you hit the apples of your cheek and just kind of swipe out, and it just applies the blush perfectly. And I love it also because if like you don't have a bunch of brushes, or this is the only one that you were to stick in your makeup bag, you can do bronzer with it. You can even put your powder on with it in a pinch because it's big enough. It's just fluffy enough. It's very versatile, very useful. So I love the angled blush brush. That is number one on my personal list of must-have brushes that you should be using. I definitely think that every woman should have professional brushes in her arsenal because yes, you can apply with your hands. Yes, you can even buy a cheaper version in the store, but this is something that I've seen over and over and over again because I've done a lot of makeovers on people. I've done people's makeup a lot, and sometimes they want me to use their brushes. And something that I have encountered, and I actually encountered this back before I had professional brushes, is that when they're not good quality, they shed. And that is so irritating when you're trying to apply makeup and there's this stuff coming out. It's like you're like, oh, gotta pick that hair off. I've just noticed the cheaper ones do that. I hate the shedding. So these will never shed. These are super, super high grade. They will last you forever. So they're pricier than the ones in the drugstore, obviously, but with that price comes with knowing that you don't have to replace them. I mean, as long as you take care of them and you don't lose them, you won't have to buy it again. You just wash it. It's you gotta wash your makeup brushes. That's a whole other that's a whole other tangent. Okay, so I want to show you guys another one of my favorite brushes, and this is the Brow Tamer brush. So like I said, this looks nicer now. This is from the old line. The new line with Lime Life looks more like these, like it's heavier, sturdier. I love this because even though it's supposed to be it's brow tamer, so it's like, okay, you can, fix your brows if they're like all wild and crazy. You can just do that. You can also prep your eyelashes for mascara. Sometimes I will just use this with nothing on it to go like that to my eyelashes because sometimes they're just kind of naturally clumped together, and this kind of fans them out and gets them ready to put on mascara. So then the other side is what you can use to put your eyebrows on, and I use one of our eyeshadows as my, oh no, that's concealer. So unorganized. Okay, so I use Tote for the Best, and I already have them on, but I'm just kind of doing a demo, and then you can put your eyebrows on like that. And so here's the kicker. See, I love brushes that you can use for multiple things because unless you are really, really into makeup like me, or you're a professional makeup artist, then you can get like a specific brush for every single little thing. But I love how multi-purposeful this is because so you can use it for, fix your lashes, do your eyebrows, and then instead of buying a separate brush that's like a that has this shape that's for eyeshadow, you can use this for I use this for eyeshadow to put under my eyes every day. So I will do a little demo because I actually don't have eyeshadow under my eyes. So I'll take some a Corkable. So you can apply your eyeshadow if you want to do, a little bit of smoke. I always do like to put a little smokiness on my eyes, and this brush is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I love the multi-usefulness of it. So the Brow Tamer brush, love it. I was supposed to give you numbers. So the Brow Tamer brush is brush number 14. The angled blush brush is number 3 in our collection. So then let's talk about, I better stop I talk too much and I'm never gonna get through this. Okay, so this is our concealer brush. I didn't have a concealer brush for this whole time. This is a recent purchase and I love it. I used to just use my finger to put concealer on, but it's like, it's so precise. And talk in multi-use, I haven't tried it yet, but I think you could totally put lips on with this as well. So this is a concealer brush. You can use it to put concealer under the eyes, or if you have like a zit or something, you can just like tap. Here, I'll demo on my mole. I'll use some of our redness corrector and like just dot it right there on my mole to tone down the purpleness of my mole. So ta-da, that's our concealer brush. That's number 6. So I was trying to show you the ones. So those were my important ones, the first 2, and now I'm just kind of showing you some. Oh, you need an eyeshadow brush, at least one. I'm gonna show you 2 of them. Okay, these are 2. They have so many different eyeshadow brushes out there. Our line has multiple, and yes, if you want to get all fancy, go for it. But I think these 2 are the most important to have, and so this is just a regular all over. It's called the Large Shadow Brush number 7. So as you can see, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's not really angled, not too much. It's just kind of like, it's flat on one side, so it makes it really easy to pat on your eyeshadow. You can even use it as a blending. You can kind of circle it around to blend. So this is definitely perfect to put your base on, like your whatever your first color, or if you're only wearing one color, this is great. It's good for blending. It's good for patting it on with that flat side there. This, if you want to get a little bit fancy, just a little bit, not too fancy. Like if you want to look like you're a professional when you're not a professional, I highly recommend this eyeshadow brush, and this is the Angled Shadow Brush number 9. And it is awesome because of that angle right here. So for example, if you've got your one shadow on and you want to do the crease, just, you know, use a second darker color in your crease, this is perfect because it takes all the confusion out of like, how do I put it on? What do I do? So you just tap it in your darker color, whatever you put on, like a medium color, and then you tap in your darker color, and then it fits. It fits right there in your crease. So all you have to do is go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See how simple that is? I'm like barely doing anything. The shape of it fits in your crease. So all you gotta do is back and forth, and ta-da! I love this because then you get a professional look and it's super easy. There's nothing to it. Love the Angled Shadow Brush. So then I'm going to show you a couple of our brand new brushes. This is so exciting. So I'm going to show you 2 of our brand new brushes right here. This is our highlight and contour brush that I'm like so excited about because I always wanted a highlight and contour brush. I didn't have one, and I was just using our angled blush brush. I was just kind of pinching it a little bit and using that. And this is our fan brush. So I'm going to talk about the highlight and contour first. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. This is number 18 in our line. It is the perfect size to get that highlight and contour, so I'll demo. I already have a little bronzer, but I'll add some more. So it's perfect. So for bronzer, so if you want to do a little contour there, you can dip it in your bronzer and then just go do, 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 do. And now it's like really dark because I already had some on. Okay, so we just do a little bit right there, and then I usually put some bronzer up here as well. And it's so like just the shape of it, and it's so fluffy that it really, it's so easy to use. And so for a highlight, I'm gonna use an eyeshadow for a highlight. I'm gonna use like this really light eyeshadow right here. So it's multi-use. You can do the bronzer, which is the contour with it, and then you can just dip it in like a light shimmery color and put it on top right there. Get a little highlight. Hey Tanya, thanks for stopping by. You can put a little right here. Bring out your lip, your pout. Could probably use a little more. But yeah, and you just go real light. real light. It's perfect. It's so perfect for just putting a little bit of highlighter on, and then your contour is on your under your bone right here. So I love this. I'm so happy that we came out with a highlight and contour brush. It's perfect because I was using my blush brush before. So the last one I want to show you is our fan brush. And this is number 16 in the line. And look what an interesting shape that is. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with that? So I will show you. So this is really perfect for using your pressed powder or your translucent powder. So here we go. So I've got a translucent powder. That's translucent. I promise it's not white. And it is so perfect. Instead of using, I mean, you can use like an all over brush if you want, and you can even use your blush brush if that's all you have available. But I love this because of the shape of it. Look, you tap it in and it fits right here. That's like where we normally get like really oily, right? You can just put your powder. It's like perfect to do that, to put your powder on. And it's also great where if you're putting on your eyeshadow and you know how you get the fallout from your shadow, it's so perfect to just, you know, like sweep it away. Like if your brush is clean, of course, and doesn't have any pigment on it, you can just easily sweep that away. And I love it because it's perfect for applying your powder. It's a really nice powder brush. It's a fan brush. Really cool. You could even use this as a highlight and contour because it's already pinched for you. It's already pinched like that. So you could go do 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 do, put some highlight. So I love how these brushes, you really can be creative with them and use them for different things. So whichever one works for you, go for that. If you're obsessed with makeup and you just love having all these tools, then get them all. And there was one brush that I forgot to mention that I'm just gonna backtrack and then we're done. And then I know my videos always get like very long-winded. So thank you for those of you who sit through the whole thing. So this is our buffer brush. And this is so awesome to put on our perfect foundation. So there's two ways that you can put our perfect foundation on. So we have our, sorry, it's dirty because I've used it I try to wash it once a week, but yeah, there's a bunch of makeup on it. It doesn't usually look this dirty. So you can use either one of these to apply our perfect foundation. So our perfect foundation is a wax-based foundation. So the closest thing that I could compare it to is like a cream foundation. So it's like more of that consistency. So I feel like this is really good for full coverage, dry. If you use it dry, it's very good for full coverage. And then you can just, where is my foundation for I need my prop. Okay, so our foundation, you just swipe it and you can start, you know, patting it out. If you want sheer coverage, dampen it. And so that brings me back to our buffer brush. And the buffer brush is one of the first brushes I ever bought from Lime Life by Alcone. And I was very obsessed with it for a long time. Now I'm on a Blenderful kick. I go through phases with my makeup. I've like been using this like crazy lately, but this used to be my favorite to apply the perfect foundation because this is how you would apply it. It gives you that airbrushed finish, okay? It's maybe not as full coverage as using the Blenderful, but I would say it's at least medium to full coverage using this. So you would just, you know, swipe it and, you know, kind of dot it all over your face. And then to apply, you do very light. You don't want to press hard. You just do little circles and you kind of buff it out all over your face, hence the name buffer brush. And it's awesome because you are diffusing the makeup since you're going in these light, airy little circles. The makeup is seriously going to look flawless. People probably won't even know you're wearing makeup. It's going to give you beautiful coverage. People won't know you're wearing makeup because of that diffused airbrush finish. So I love the buffer brush. Huge fan. I don't know what kind of girl you are. If you like to use a makeup sponge or the brush, I prefer this because we have a foundation brush. We actually have one that's called foundation brush. I don't own it. Who knows, maybe I will get it sometime down the line to try it out. But I prefer the buffer brush if I'm going to use a brush for my foundation. I prefer this or my Blenderful. I kind of go back and forth between them. So I think those are all the brushes that I wanted to talk about. Those are the ones that I own. We have more in the line, but those are the ones I own and love, and they're amazing. Handmade, like I said before, vegan. The handles are slightly weighted for really great control. They were designed by a professional makeup artist, so these are the tools that you will find in a professional makeup artist kit. So if you know how like when you go to the salon or makeup artist and you get your makeup or your hair done here, and then you get home and you try to do it and you're like, why doesn't it turn out the same as the salon or when the makeup artist did it? And they're using awesome tools. That is a huge key in makeup application. Yes, you want to have the professional makeup, which obviously we have in our line, Lime Life by Alcone. But if you want to get that same result, that same flawless professional results, and also they make a huge difference if you're using cheaper makeup as well. It's going to make the end result look a lot better. I feel like the tools are super important. And I hope that taught you a little bit about makeup brushes and what they do. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. And of course, you can always message me anytime, and I'd be happy to chat with you or answer any questions. And that's all for now, folks. Thank you, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.